6 defeats in the last 9 Premier League games, Newcastle, since the end of January. Got a lot of work to do in the run-in if they're to make this a semi-successful season. Lovely touch from Mitchell. Lerma. Pino. Switched to Munoz. Hughes.
It's a little bit slow in their transition, Crystal Palace. You allow Newcastle to get back in. Got big bodies there, hard to break down. Happy sat in looking out the Newcastle back four. Need to find that killer pass early at Crystal Palace when Newcastle are unsettled.
Challenged by Munoz. It's always likely to be a kick.
Yeah, it's a battle I'm looking forward to watching this afternoon. Munoz always likely to get forward, but on the other hand, so dangerous, Anthony Gordon. First time we've really seen. He's the main one for Newcastle when it comes to producing numbers.
He was the man that got the winner at Chelsea, Newcastle's last away league game. So first attacking play here for Newcastle, with the wind gusting. Hall takes. Botman gets the first touch. That ball got caught up in the wind.
Yeah, difficult to read it there, wasn't it? Sven Botman gets a free header of the ball, but moving so much on that wind, really difficult to read as it sails over.
No nonsense, unpretentious clearance there from JD Convo.
Much better by Newcastle. These last 5 minutes starting to settle into the game.
Malik Chow. Pass just allows those Palace forward players to advance. Try and press. Newcastle trying to beat that press as they did last time.
Should have switched it to
Richards has intercepted. Lerma.
Tottenham's game. That would be an interesting game, I suppose. I might just switch it.
Well, when you get a look at this fixture, the team, when they concede first, are very likely to come from behind, so you would think first goal is ever important. Crystal Palace, after conceding first into their last 3 games, Newcastle, it's their last 4.
Palace with just 3 wins.
They could be in for a cagey affair.
It wouldn't be a surprise, would it? That's for sure. That's since they qualified for the league phase. And that was against Palace with just 3 home league wins all season.
Yeah, not fared well after European games, have they? The fixture after, I think they've only won 1 of their last 9 following the European Conference League game.
Yeah, that's since they qualified, and that was against Wolves, which they won in the last minute. Henderson collided with Lacroix there.
And that just shows you how strong the swirling wind is at Selhurst Park. From one 18-yard box to the other.
Convo didn't really deal with that. Murphy. Once again, Tonali. Sandro Tonali. Back to Miley here. Convo didn't really deal with that. Murphy.
When he gets that ball at his feet with a little bit of time, he's always going to try and find
once again, Tonali gets it back to Miley here.
Very much equal to
Murphy in towards Joelinton. Good cut from Lacroix, but it's out for a corner.
That's what he brings Murphy, isn't it? That directness. You know that when he gets that ball at his feet with a little bit of time, he's always going to try and find in the box. Joelinton tries to get across that front post. Lacroix very much equal to it.
Earlier, Newcastle did score from a corner when these sides met in January through Chiao. They won't score from that one. Oh, it's still so much better than that normally. Pino somehow emerged with the ball and was then caught. Good work from the Spaniard.
Seems to have stuck to the ball there, didn't it? Weaving through a couple of plays and how he actually comes out with it. Not sure it's actually foul on second view. The recovering Charlie wins the ball. No man. For me, that shouldn't have been a foul.
Palace did go backwards almost apologetically there.
I'm sure that wasn't the reason, Gary.
Lerma to Convo. I don't think it was necessarily the plan for him to fill in that centre-back role when Mark Gay left.
Right, stream is not working. Stream is not working. Need to fix it.
In January, but starting a ninth game in a row in that position, and he's really grown into it, hasn't he, Glenn?
Yeah, he has. Gives him good balance with that left foot. Obviously signed as a bit of a product for the future, but circumstances have led him to plenty of starts, therefore plenty of experience. Dealt with it well.
Player that did cost over £20 million from Toulouse, but as Glenn says, I think it was more something for the future. This is Hall for Newcastle. Osula's on his way. Gets there before Lacroix. Joelinton. Miley. Joelinton again. Didn't get it back from Lewis Hall though. It's good work from Lerma.
Give me some clue now to work.
Scrappy in the middle of the park there.
I would love to know what's happening.
Newcastle need to keep getting the ball to.
Some of the Newcastle games.
Man in the middle of the park, Lewis Miley looks after football so well. A big admirer of his.
Suppose.
Chiao. Looking for the run of Tino Livramento. He's found Osula.
It's getting in there.
Has been given for handball there against Will Osula.
You do wonder, looking at some of the balls forward today, whether it is one of those afternoons where you just put it forward. The swirling wind is causing so many problems, how to bring it down, how to deal with the ball. It might be an afternoon where you ask questions of the defence.
His 100th senior appearance today, by the way. Will Osula, they signed from Sheffield United a couple of years ago. Here he is, Osula. Controlled it well as well. Tonali.
You see what he's trying, Tonali, can't you? Round the corner into Anthony Gordon on the same wavelength, the two of them. He's a big plus, having him back Newcastle.
Newcastle. Alex, Newcastle. This is still 0-0. Not looking too bad.
Anthony Gordon, straight to
I really don't
Richards.
think Newcastle
He's found
step
Pino.
any foot near the Champions League.
Here comes Tyrick Mitchell, scorer here on Thursday. Lerma. Looking for Munoz. Hughes didn't get hold of it. Well shielded by Gordon.
Yeah, plenty of space to run into, wasn't there? Just can't quite get it out of his feet.
So Mitchell scoring his first goal
Midfielder.
on Thursday. Palace, what, today's
Johnson.
making his 200th appearance.
Back to Brennan Johnson. Strand Larsen and Pino in the middle. Clearance worked out very nicely for Newcastle there.
Idea by Brennan Johnson trying to find his centre forward. There's a bit of space. Palace right midfielder's got.
Well, a poignant moment here at Selhurst Park with 18 minutes on the watch as the club pays tribute
pretty
to
solid
Crystal Palace fan Rory Wilder.
Really well for
He was from Herne Hill, not far from here, just 18 years of age. Died last month in Newcastle, actually. He was studying at Newcastle University, studying economics. And all our love and best wishes to his family.
Lost him, yeah.
Strand Larsen was hoping to get a free kick there.
Rest in peace, young man.
Referee Andy Madley says no. Gordon. Livramento. Out by Tyrick Mitchell.
The one that got away from the catchment area. Tino Livramento, local lad.
Very much so.
Long throw for Newcastle,
Just a mile or so from here.
Oh, my stream is messed up today. It's messing me up. I hope it fixes itself by, 4:30 for the Manchester City game. We're back again.
Lewis Hall.
1 minute gone.
Chow.
Actually, 23
Murphy
minutes
to
gone.
Miley. Osula wrestling there with Lacroix. Murphy. Lovely pass. Anthony Gordon with Joe Linton to his left.
Gordon on the attack.
Blocked by Lacroix. They didn't make the most of that, Newcastle.
No, it was good play by Newcastle, really good play. Best moment so far. And plenty of space on this left-hand side. Seemed to get caught in two minds, didn't he? Anthony Gordon, a couple of options, one to his left, one to his right. Seems to manufacture the space for himself. All of a sudden, chance goes begging.
Brennan Johnson's gone down here. just clutching his ankle.
Johnson is down.
Yeah, doesn't quite look happy, does he? Even earlier on, didn't look comfortable getting into his stride, did he, when he got a little bit of space? I think he's suffering from a lack of confidence as well. Mentioned him at the top of the show, didn't we? Didn't quite, hasn't quite hit the heights you would have liked when you join a new club.
Forest now. Aston Villa 1, Forest nil.
All the news is about the likes of Eze and Gay leaving, but when you reflect, they've had the opportunity to change their front three and they've got such quality up there now. I think they've managed the market rather well.
There's Ismail Assar. Looks like he might be coming on, you know. Time being, they're going to see if Johnson can soldier on. They've only played a quarter of the game.
Lagging. So I might need to switch this internet. This is still lagging. So Villa are leading 1-0. The only team that's scored so far. Spurs, I'm surprised they've not conceded a goal yet. 26 minutes gone.
Malasar comes on the pitch, he really
Spurs
changes
a goal,
the whole dynamic of the game. Brian Johnson isn't quite
getting to switch this.
I don't think for Glasgow's liking, and Jeremy Pino, every time the ball goes into him, his touch is back into play, hasn't got the speed to go beyond. Crystal Palace need one man that goes beyond constantly.
Newcastle.
Lewis Hall for Newcastle. Johnson waiting to come back on. Yeah, he's waved on now. Livramento for Murphy. Hit Convo with the first cross and the second. Well, the game's taking place, of course.
They're a really good team. They're a really good team.
On this Super Sunday, Aston Villa are in front away at Nottingham Forest. That's a Murillo own goal.
They're not getting enough credit.
Manchester City
credit
as later,
Aston Villa game because of European football. So look at these guys. They play European football. They play Premier League football.
Livramento helped on, cleared by Brennan Johnson.
Whilst Arsenal complain about European football as well as everything else they're involved in, even though they're a top team with a massive squad.
There's a scorer here actually, 2020.
Newcastle on the attack.
Just enough. He's there. Always keeps his body between ball and man. Like that free kick.
Missed a great chance actually.
Stream is gone again. Apologies, Stream is gone. No, applications are not working. That's what's happening here right now.
Defenders can't quite meet it. And we'll be asking, has someone not gambled?
Nothing is working for me right now. My apps are not working. This is bullshit. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, man. My applications are not working. Can't even stream.
Foot on the ball.
Games. Can't take me back.
Foul there by Mitchell. Would have come off a little bit worse. Tackle on Livramento.
It's half an hour gone. Still no goals. Only Aston Villa have scored.
This is Chow. Joelinton leaves it for Lewis Hall.
I think it's the internet. Internet's gone down. I think it's the internet. Internet's gone down.
Have more impetus today, play more tempo, especially after a couple of damning defeats recently. Some time off, I expected a bit more of a reaction in the first 30 minutes of this game.
Osula.
More of a reaction in the first 30 minutes of this game.
Osula. Looked like he might have run out of turf there, but he's done really well. Then he doesn't get the free kick he wanted. Throw to Newcastle. There's a couple of times Osula feels he should have had a free kick. Throw to Newcastle. There's a couple of times Osula feels he should have had a free kick.
I want to see what's happening at Sunderland. Ooh. Sunderland got so close here. Sunderland got so close. He nearly scored. Spurs, they're doing well. They're still doing well. Half an hour. They've still not conceded. That's very unusual for this Spurs team right now. Currently, they should be conceding every 10 minutes of the first half of kickoff. Ooh, there's a hole here. They might be checking it.
Brennan Johnson having to track back the other way. He's finding it difficult. You say it looks good. I'm not sure he looks quite comfortable, Gary. It's a little bit ginger on his feet to me.
Probably looks like he
not
didn't
quite
use this
pressing
elbow.
with the intensity I've seen him do so in previous outings. Just wondering if that ankle injury is bothering him, continues to hamper. Let's see if he comes back out after half time.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, it's fair to say that Palace fans are still yet to see the best of
He's just stronger than Poro.
Johnson. He's got pedigree.
Stronger than Poro, bro.
Scorer for Tottenham last season. 18 goals.
Let go of me.
Europa League final. Another one sails out of play, this time from Dortmund. Not sure they can blame the wind for all of these misplaced passes.
His team, all they do is take red cards.
For sure. Said before this game it was the first time they've trained with 20 players since August. Such has been the problems they've had with injuries.
It's becoming contagious, isn't it? Sloppiness in possession, both teams giving it away cheaply.
Osula. Another good foot in, Lacroix. Here is Johnson. He's found Pino. Chance here, maybe. Pushed away to Nunez. Oh, brilliant!
Double save.
Ramsdale to the rescue for Newcastle United. With the first attempts on target in the game, he was up to them both.
He certainly was. He's been very quiet all afternoon, hasn't he? But all of a sudden, he comes to life. First, a save you expect him to make, gets good purchase away from goal, but that one there, scrambling back to his feet, and that right arm dangles it out. Really, really good by Newcastle number one. This one here, see how he gets that push out. You want to push it away as far as you can from danger. And to be able to have the reactions to get up and pull that second effort away while he's holding the tenure in the Newcastle goal. Moments like that.
Ten minutes left in the first half. Certainly the best we've seen from Crystal Palace there. All of Yeremy Pino's 5 goals have come away from home. That would have been his first here at Selhurst Park. Had an opportunity right at the end of the game on Thursday. It was basically the last kick of the game. Given away to Strand Larsen. Looking for Pino.
The only team that wants to score today, that wants to win today is Velo.
Come across and make the interception. It is a corner though.
Looks like that's the only team that's looking to win today. They are still 1-0.
Not quite in agreement there.
Oh, the stream is lagging, brother. I can't do this. I don't think I'll be able to finish this stream today because it's lagging so bad. I'm not able to see the game. It's a corner kick for Spurs. Can they make it? Can they get a goal out of this? Oh, it's a corner kick for Sunderland. Here we go. Kwiatkowski is in goal today.
Has also gone into the book. That's 3 of the back 4. He said something to the referee that seen him look for dissent. Debating what they're going to do here. Sunderland players. They haven't had a shot on target yet. He hasn't had
Xhaka is standing over that ball. I think he's going to hit it. It's just outside the box. Just outside the box. Can he score from there? Does he go down his lock-up?
Just couldn't get the purchase. There's a lovely cross from that left-hand side, initially by Mitchell. Had a couple of opportunities down near Munoz. Defended it well, didn't he?
Skied it.
Yeah, he does. Holds his ground really well, doesn't he, Lewis Hall? Because he knows he's going to get clattered. He's in that moment when that ball's coming across. He can't quite meet it, but he knows that Munoz will be flying in behind him. And he has to be big, strong, take that contact.
1-1.
See here, Munoz can take the whole picture. It's just whether he can quite get in front of Lewis Hall.
1-1 between Villa and
put his body
Forest
on the line for his team. Last step across Munoz. Doesn't allow him that free header.
A suspicion of offside against Brennan Johnson in the middle.
It's going to be goals in the second half. They're all going to start opening up.
Very important equaliser from Nottingham Forest. Nico Williams, the Welshman, making against Aston Villa. Forest embroiled in that fascinating relegation scrap. These two teams very happy not to be a part of that drama. There was a time Palace might be.
I'm sure Glasgow would like just a couple more points.
He would. 39 they're on, aren't they?
Yeah, to make mathematically concrete that they do stay in the Premier League. Very doubtful that they will get dragged into it, and I do think they have got a win or two left in them, but definitely full focus Europa Conference League. Selhurst Park.
Done all the hard work.
Hughes.
Release the ball.
Surprised we haven't seen one or two long-range efforts with this wind gusting as it is. Very reluctant to take shots on, both of them really. Munoz will be dealt with no problem at all. Well, the one-time a goalkeeper has been called into action. Ramsdale was certainly up to it.
Yeah, definitely. This has been the highlight for Crystal Palace, hasn't it? Relatively good save that first one, but the second one that excites me the most. Able to get back up to his feet, really.
Second half, I think the Zabi just got to tell them, go out there and win it. Go out there and win the game.
Quickly,
kept a clean sheet.
Big, strong right paw high above him thwarts Munoz's effort away, and that really has been all the drama of the first half.
Munoz scored here in this fixture last season, actually, very late on, 94th minute to equalise. A 1-1 draw. As I recall, that was quite a dour contest. Here's Anthony Gordon. For Hall. Oh, brilliantly done, but no one for Newcastle can get on the end of that cutback.
Yeah, good again by Newcastle. do feel like they need to keep getting the ball to Anthony Gordon. He is the one that could unlock
Newcastle
this Crystal Palace defence.
Gordon, Livramento.
Show me my streamer so
Newcastle
far back.
and Eddie Howe will
They
shuffle
don't
his
know what's
pack
happening.
and revert to
Newcastle
Anthony
just
Gordon,
scored.
going through the middle in the second half. Quite liked him through there this season, hasn't he? Gives you that pace, but when opportunities do arise, rather clinical.
Miley, Murphy, Tonali. Oh, Asula's there!
Newcastle just scored.
And
I can
stepped
tell you who
in
scored.
to give Newcastle United the lead.
Just my internet
Well,
is
it
so
won't
slow.
necessarily win any goal of the month competitions. He got the ball over the line, and that's all that matters. And with their first attempt on target, Newcastle United take the lead.
Well, that statement, maybe Eddie Howe
not
won't
working, man.
reshuffle the pack because he's number 9
Apologies.
has just got on the score sheet. You're right, Gary. It's not pretty, but that does not matter. They all count the same. Right where you need to be as a centre forward. Really good delivery this. In that corridor of opportunity. And once it beats Lacroix, it's about getting that contact on it.
Palace have been playing really well.
I mean it, but takes the contact off it. Manages to actually sort his feet
Yeah,
out
been playing
really well.
Palace.
And redirect it on target. Lacroix just takes the sting out, but you see here, he's actually gone for the first one. Gets it on that trusty lefty foot and just pokes it past Henderson, who's left. No chance, being so close in proximity. Big goal for the young man. I said at the top of the show, it's an opportunity for him with Vissa and Voldemar watching. Well, he's done his job.
Miley with the assist. Osula with just his 3rd Premier League goal of the season. Only his 2nd since September. But it's given Newcastle a very important lead here, with half-time fast approaching.
Picked it off it, he couldn't get the shot away.
To Gordon. Osula will get there ahead of Lacroix.
Move into 2 minutes of first half stoppage time.
Last minute of normal time in this first half. Brilliant time for Newcastle to surge into the lead.
Well, I would like to say, reflect on the first half. It's been a joy to watch, but at moments, it has lacked quality, so to speak.
To win a home league game all season. In fact, they've only done it once in the Premier League. That was away from home at Spurs recently when they went behind and won 3-1.
That is why the first goal could be so important here at Selhurst Park. But what I will say is, one of the clubs that has got plenty of options on the bench.
It's been a goal, but my system is just not working. That's why you can't see the goal score. The scoreline. Newcastle have scored. Forest, they've equalised against Aston Villa. The other game is still 0-0, but you're not able to see the score because my internet is just messing me up. Here comes Newcastle again. Tonali, is he gonna shoot? Oh,
Resisted the opportunity to take it on. Murphy. He does take it on. Convo with the block.
Strong finish to the first half for Newcastle United here.
Ball. Put in by Munoz.
Did the opportunity to take it on. Murphy. He does take it on. Convo with the block.
Strong finish to the first half for Newcastle here.
Paul. Put in by Munoz.
2 minutes of stop time by the time. Sula, oh, wow.
It's a foul by Lacroix.
When you assess Sula in the first half, didn't really hold it up too well. Manages to get on the end of that cross, gets a goal, and all of a sudden, you just see the confidence grow in the young man.
Livramento for Osula.
Player in there without any doubt. Profile, speed,
It's a foul by Lacroix.
physicality. Well, when you assess Sula in the first half, didn't really hold it up too well. Manages to get on the end of that cross, gets a goal, and all of a sudden, you just see the confidence grow in the young man. There is a player in there without any doubt.
Last action this first half.
His physicality,
Crystal Palace with
an
this.
eye for goal. Just on Eddie Howe to get it out of him on a regular basis.
It's not updating.
Quite likely to be the last action of this first half. Can they really hurt Crystal?
From Tour, and it's half time. So will Australia with the only goal of half, his fifth in all competitions this season.
Big moment this.
A huge contribution as well.
Surely the last chance of the half. Ball's gone for it. Saved. No problem at all. And that is half time. So will Australia with the only goal of the half, his fifth in all competitions this season, and a huge contribution as well from the keeper Aaron Rapino, then Munoz. His clean sheet is intact, and Newcastle are set for a third successive win in the capital as things stand. Half-time at Selhurst Park. It is Crystal Palace 0, Newcastle United 1.
This team is still not updated, it's still not showing me the score, man. It's annoying, it's so annoying, man.
Coca-Cola, a proud sponsor of the Premier League on Sky Sports. Time to refresh.
I need a tech guy to fix this for me.
It's my job to get you to court.
All of a sudden he decided to work. Bruh, it's not working. I'm gonna log off this and try and fix it for the Man City game, because that's a massive game. Go watch that game.
If the dishes are still soaking in the back of your mind, with Fairy Skip the Soak Power Spray, you can skip the soak with a quick... The grease just melts away. Just spray it on your air fryers, dishes and pans.
We have got Leeds United tomorrow. Got that to look forward to. Oh, it's not working, bro. It's so annoying. This is so annoying. I need to log out, fix the internet. I'll be right back. Finally, I think the score should appear now. Yeah, the score is back on. Jeez. Okay, I've not been able to watch the game myself. I've just sat here trying to fix stuff. Okay, I've managed to fix the scoreboard. Now you can see Newcastle scored 1-0. I should also be able to tell you that it's 1-1 at Forest.
Without the corner, and then obviously once it's given, thank you, ref, but no, for me, they got to the right decision.
They have got to the right decision, but if I was the Sunderland manager, I'd be saying to Luke O'Neill, what are you doing? It's a stupid challenge and flying, it's got nothing to do with you, just stay out of it. I'm not saying he's lucky to get away with it because it wasn't a penalty, but it's an absolutely daft challenge to make.
VAR said that he was already going to grab, and he was the player that actually initiated the contact with the defender as well, with Alderete, who was tangling with there before Luke O'Neill
I mean,
actually gets involved. At the other
Tottenham
end,
should have had a penalty there, but
has Anton Kinski actually done quite well, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm pleased for him. I think most people...
Spurs to go 45 minutes first half in the Premier League this season without conceding a goal, that's pretty good. That's pretty good from Spurs. This is the first time they've gone for in a game without conceding a goal. Tottenham from the start of the season. This is the first time they've achieved that without conceding a goal in the first half, and I believe they should have had a penalty as well for second half during that half, but obviously VAR overruled it. Kinski has done well, done relatively well. If they can get a draw here, it's a massive result for them, but they need a win. They desperately need a win, Spurs. Oh, there are chances as well. There are chances as well. Wow. There.
Been in lots of different positions throughout this first half. Really interesting to see. But as also, you mentioned Kinski as a goal getter. His actual distribution starts that move.
Damn, he should score, Solanke. He should score. He knows himself. He should have scored there.
And big save at the other end for Robin Roos to keep Sunderland 0-0 with Spurs. In the first half, we have had goals elsewhere, and we will show you those in just a moment. At Selhurst Park,
Asula scored for Newcastle. The guy's been on good run, since he scored against United. Nico Williams equalising for Forest. I mean, Palace, they need Strong Larsson to step up. They need him today to step up here and show why he didn't want to go to Newcastle, because Newcastle United came for him, but he chose Palace over Newcastle United, and now he's losing to Newcastle United. So, Strong Larsson, he needs to step up. He's got goals in him. He's banged a couple of goals for Palace since he signed, so he needs to step up today, big time. My streams are not working, man. I'm just sat here chatting to you guys, but I can see the replays of the goals from I think from Villa and Forest. Can Newcastle make it to the Champions League? Can they actually do it? Can they survive? Because it's looking like Chelsea are dropping off. And today, I believe Chelsea will lose to City. City better not fumble the bag, you know. We hope City don't fumble the bag. Make sure Arsenal don't win the league. I need to go grab a drink. I'll be right back. I don't know how. To be honest, Palace looked like they were going to score. They were the better team. They were the better team majority of that half. Unfortunately, they just couldn't score. Got to take your chances, mate. Got to take your chances. They're not taking the chances. And here, 1-0 Newcastle. If you look at the table now, let's have a look at the table, Newcastle. Where are you? They've gone 10th. We've got 10th with 45 points, so that's 4 points off. That's 3 points off Champions League spot, 5th place, right? And if Chelsea loses today, if they lose to Man City and Newcastle win their next game, Newcastle might take that spot. But even, Everton, they had a chance yesterday to go, and Brentford, they had a chance to take that spot. Top 4 yesterday. Brighton made a move there. You know, they've gone up to 9th. Newcastle stayed at 8th. Brentford now 7th. Then Chelsea 6th. Oh my days. So, Newcastle win next week. Chelsea loses next week. They can only climb up to the Europa League spot. Right? 6th. Only 6th now goes to the Europa League spot. And top 5 goes Champions League. So that at the minute you're looking at Arsenal, City, United, Villa and Liverpool. And even if Chelsea wins today, they stay 6th. Good thing Liverpool won yesterday. And good thing United build up that, we currently level on points. We level on points with Aston Villa, 55 points each. So we need Forest to win. So if we go to the bottom of the table, Forest currently at 33 points. If they win this, they'll put a space between them and the bottom 4. So it'd be really nice for them. If Forest win, they'll go above Leeds United. So they'll go above Leeds, and Leeds will drop off again to 16, and Forest will take the 15th spot. So Spurs currently at 31 points. Oslo, that's a very creative goal. Second half coming up next. So yeah, as I was saying here, currently Spurs still 18th with 31 points, right? West Ham 32 points, Forest 33 point. Leeds 33 point. That's mad. 1, 2, 3. 4 teams are fighting for survival. We have 4 teams. Spurs, West Ham, Forest and Leeds. They're all fighting for survival. Chelsea are arriving. Liam Rossini looking like he's not slept. Chelsea have got some young lads coming through today. Luton versus Stockport. Fatu Trophy final is still ongoing. So come on, Stockport, you can do it. There we go, second half kicking off. I'm gonna watch the very interesting Sunderland versus Spurs. I'm gonna watch that game now because it looks interesting. Spurs are sitting 18. West Ham just above them. Can they survive? Or I can watch all 3 games actually. Here we go. Richarlison with the ball. Go bullied off it. Okay. Shaka has been a new guy, man, since he came back in the Premier League, to the Premier League. He's been a new guy, and he's been the captain. He's been the man, the go-to man for Sunderland. You can see when he doesn't play, Sunderland struggles a little bit. Robbery's down. So holding his hamstring, or he's back up. Oh, it's Mukele that was down. Sorry.
Just signs of life from all the others, aren't they? Spurs really need to spark into life very, very soon. The last win here a decade ago was a tight one, 1-0. Ryan Mason, the scorer of the winning goal on that occasion. Back to Granit Xhaka. Worth reminding you about the disciplinary lie of the land, because 3 of the Spurs back 4 have all been booked. Mickey van der Ven, Christian Romero,
that's customary, isn't it? For Spurs to get a card in every game. And correctly, they have 3 players booked. 3 players already booked in the first half with yellow cards. So anything can happen. These guys might go back home and get with another red card.
Discipline. Don't give the referee an opportunity to give you a second yellow. Johnson goes down, but nothing doing. Diarra and Sutherland can play him. Jones has had a good game. He's been really consistent with the kind of physical contact that he's allowed. Let go. Bergman putting pressure on Roofs. He gives it to Richarlison. Now Gallagher. And so back by Mukiele. Robbie. Good hold up. Diarra with Rick to his right. Robbie's made his move. Space for Porro to clear.
Kolomwani pace. Has he got a pace? Ooh! That should be a yellow card.
Kolomwani down. Free kick.
What's the card?
What's he complaining about here? Thinks it should be a yellow card, maybe?
It should be a yellow.
Got his foul. Richarlison on to Bergvall.
Whoa!
Bergvall, good chance for Richarlison, but in slides 09. Nice touch coming off Richarlison as well. Neat and tidy defending from the long-serving Sunderland defender.
Outstanding defending, really important defending. They've started the second half well, haven't they, Spurs? Look sharp. And that's brilliant from Luke O'Nien. Excellent. Again, reiterate, pretty quiet in here. Quieter than normal, I would say. And these Sunderland players, they have to try and maybe up the intensity and get this crowd involved. They play a massive role here, the supporters.
And they certainly did play a massive role, didn't they, in the opening months of the season, all the way through to that first defeat against Liverpool. But with safety secured, say complacency, but comfort perhaps for the situation. Some goal would certainly change that.
Can't Spurs go 90 minutes without red card in this game?
By Van de Ven.
Forget conceding a goal. Can they keep their discipline? Can Dizabi introduce some sort of discipline in them? They go all the way through 90 minutes without any of them that's already missing 3 yellow cards, 3 cards, right? Without getting sent off.
Richarlison almost lost possession at his footing. There's a flag up on this near side, which the referee has spotted. So plenty on all these games that have kicked off at 2 o'clock this Sunday afternoon.
Still 1-1,
Forest against Villa. And, Newcastle leading courtesy of Will Asula's goal.
1-0 for Newcastle.
Of the Premier League table. It's closing on West Ham, but not overtaking them. Forest keeping.
It's going to be scary if West Ham manage to pull off this, escape, or Spurs stays up or goes down.
Elegantly done by Alderete.
You have to say, don't you, the recruitment team, what a job they did for Sunderland. There's a lot of people, myself included, wouldn't have even heard of a lot of the signings, but really hard pressed to think of a bad one that hasn't done well.
9 of this starting 11, all new this season. Look at Destiny Bobby and how far he's up, tussling with 09 inside the D. Referee not spotting anything wrong with that. Well, it's outside the penalty area anyway, so
just need to play to the whistle.
Be a small
Forget it. The ref is not going to give it. Keep going.
Foul.
He's a foul.
Strong, but legal, I would say.
Nick 09 will tell you that's exactly what he intended. Alderete has to hit the front. It's Romero.
They've shown some discipline in the back, suppose.
So often the creator for Sunderland as he was at St James's Park for the Brobby winner. Another near capacity crowd at the Stadium of Light, trying to rouse the home side into a little bit of intensity, a little bit of pressure to take the fight to the Spurs side, who, let's not forget, won in 18 games and lost 6 of their last 7 in Premier League times. The exception, their last away game actually when they came from behind to salvage a point at Anfield. Here's Lefay.
He's going to shoot. Ooh, I thought he was going to release that ball.
He's trying to be really unselfish there, Enzo Lefay, but he's got such a strike on him.
It's getting physical now between Sunderland and Spurs.
Robbie. Well, they've been quiet, Sunderland, at the start of the second half, and they've just burst into life in the last minute or so. Got the crowd up, got the crowd involved. This is the Brobby attempt, well off target. It was the Enzo Lefebvre one before that that was probably more of a better situation for his team. Robin Ruffs has had a very strong first season in the Premier League, hasn't he? 8 clean sheets in his 28 appearances coming into this, some fine saves. He's caught the eye. His return is a welcome one. Doggy. Lefebvre. Diarra holds off Richarlison. Here's Udogie. Diarra left a little bit in there. It's tight, isn't it? Really, really tight. We probably shouldn't be surprised. Sunderland, they're not the most prolific, and they have, remarkably for a promoted team, one of the best defences in the Premier League. 25 of the 31 games have not had any more than a 1-goal margin in it, so we shouldn't really be surprised here. They only average narrowly over a goal a game in the Premier League, 32 in the 31. They're coming into tonight. Romero. Van de Ven.
They've been really disciplined at the back. You know, they're not panicky. They look calm on the ball. I'm talking about Spurs here.
Right.
And there's the press. There's the
Making ground.
oh.
It's too much zip, and that one's gone away. Well, it's a big call, isn't it, to bring in a manager like Roberto De Zerbi for a rescue mission, just as it was to bring in Igor Tudor before him. But they are the decision makers. Ian Lewis, Finai Venkatesham on the left-hand side, and the sporting director, Jan Lanny, he's the one on the right-hand side. Very different circumstances to when he arrived at Brighton. He played 6 Premier League games. They were 4th in the table, 2 points off the top. Confident, structured, organised. There couldn't be more of a contrast if you tried, really, to the situation he's inherited here.
Man went from a Champions League team. I mean, they got kicked off Champions League, but, you know,
Brighton player,
they got knocked out to
to
fight in relegation. Life can come at you so fast.
Roberto De Zerbi arrived. It's their next game as well, isn't it? Yeah. Couldn't write it. Brighton in form. As a flurry
for Tottenham.
Substitution made by Roberto De Zerbi. Papsar getting his shirt on. The Xhaka floated in here for Sunderland. Quite a breezy afternoon in the northeast here. Just eluded Brobby. But not fully away by Bergvall.
Oh! Oh!
With his head, Colomwani doing enough to ensure it got to Porro, but
that's not on ball.
I think it was the way that
oh my God!
Colomwani went into that challenge that has been penalised here. Well, he goes into the challenge, but there isn't any contact. That's why he's
when your lock is not locking, you finish, bro. This is what happens. Like, he didn't even touch the ball. He didn't touch the ball, and the ref still gave it against him.
Is the trio ready for an introduction?
My God.
Mattistal, who's certainly one of the better performers under Igor Tudor before he went off injured against Nottingham Forest in his last appearance. Rapalinia, midfield enforcer Papsar as well, coming on in that area of the pitch.
We are going to see a triple substitution.
Ray, Bergvall.
Come on.
Porro.
Porro is moving. Pass. Richarlison.
To Richarlison.
Shoot.
Richarlison.
That's too lazy, man. That's a lazy ball. What is wrong with you?
Like his attempt in the first half. It's a brilliant diagonal ball, but his attempt in the first half, he just lacked any kind of power. It was never going to be enough to find the back of the net.
But that was good play. Good play. Good play.
Good hold-up play again for Brobby. This is Lefay now for Sunderland. Once part of an hour play. Sunderland 0, Spurs 0.
Newcastle did that still 1-0.
Came here not really knowing how Roberto De Zerbi's Spurs were going to look. Was it going to look anything like that Brighton team? It doesn't really, it hasn't, and it couldn't really. Mukiele for Sunderland.
Here comes Sunderland. He's going to shoot. Oh, deflection! Oh my God! Spurs. That is so bad, man.
He got the break, and he's got the goal.
You have to feel sorry for them.
Sunderland celebrates as Spurs rue their luck. The final
deflection.
touch coming up, Mickey Van der Ven.
Van der Ven. They've not played. They've not done too bad. Come on, keep your head up, boys. I mean, I want to see them go down. You know what I mean?
By 1-0. Well, you have to say, most of this game has been very, very safe. Not really too many risks taken, but Mukiele, there's nothing safe about that. He just drives, and he's on his weaker side, and he decides he's going to have a swing, and he gets his reward for being really positive. Look, when you're down at the bottom, this is the kind of thing that happens. Lady Luck does not smile on you. That is cruel in the extreme for Spurs and him, but Sunderland do not care.
Wow.
Well, just as he was preparing Roberto De Zerbi to make the triple change, to solidify things perhaps in the midfield, to look to add a different dimension to attack, he sees his side fall behind. The substitutes have been made. So for Richarlison, Sarr for Bergvall, Foligno for Gray, Mudogi, Tell. It slides in, but enough of the ball for the referee's liking. Tell driving round on the deck. Robbie looking to get there. Kinski comes out, collides with Romero. But that's okay. He was perhaps a little indecisive at first. He got the job done. Yeah, that looks a really horrible collision between defender and goalkeeper. And I don't think Brian Brobby does too much wrong. Some of the Spurs players are really not happy, but that is just a horrible, horrible collision. Let us all hope they're both okay.
Bro, when nothing, everything bad is going against. Everything is going against Spurs. That's how you know they're going down. Nothing good at all is happening for them.
No Guillermo Vicario today, of course. That's the reason that Antonin Kinski is in goal. Mukiele is being calmed down and restrained a little bit there. Not sure exactly what went on. I think there was some words exchanged, certainly between the Spurs players and Brian Brobby. They felt he nudged Romero into the goalkeeper. I'm not so sure.
They didn't do that. If they see it, the replay, they know that Brobby didn't do anything wrong.
It was the confusion, wasn't it? The indecision between them just led to that coming together. Well, they'll take their time over this one. There's the initial contact, and then there's the concern about concussion and such like. All the protocols are being polished there. I think they're cuts to the head as well, particularly in the case of Kinski. Are we going to need third choice goalkeeper out there for Tottenham Hotspur? Brandon Austin
He's called up to the bench. Hasn't played at all since he featured in the Europa League latter stages of the league phase last season. He's featuring against Elfsborg on match day 8.
He's having a little warm-up, but there's no sign of him getting stripped, so hopefully that is a good sign for Spurs. But what isn't a good sign is this goal. Lady Luck being a little bit cruel, you have to say. It's amazing how often it happens to the teams at the bottom rather than the teams at the top. But Mukiele is really positive, drives inside and just keeps on going and says, you know what, I'm going to have a shot here. That's your reward. It's cruel on Spurs, but absolutely Sunderland will not care. Well, the Premier League Match Centre have cast an eye over it, and as it stands, that is Mukiele's goal, his second for the club, his first since he scored here against Wolves. That's the lie of the land at the bottom of the table. As it was at the start, 2 points from safety, Spurs with this scoreline. Forest in action.
30 point now for Spurs, 32 point for West Ham. That is mad.
Have had a big chance to take the lead once again. Remember, they led early on through Murillo's own goal. Morgan Rogers,
so close,
though,
Morgan Rogers, so
over
close.
the bar with the goal at his mercy. That's a big let-off for Nottingham Forest. Unai Emery's reaction. Sky Sports Premier League, if you want to have a look at events from the City Ground. Not much happening here. Meantime, apart from treatment for the two stricken Spurs players. Romero's on his feet. And the reason for the Spurs complaints here was they felt that push by Romero initiated the contact. Thoughts of Donald Goodman?
Well, yeah, look, there's clearly a little
There's a bit of a push there, but, you know.
It's not one of those. You probably wouldn't give a penalty for that if the defender does it on it. It's one of those where the physicality is allowed, but ultimately it's ended in a little bit of damage to two Spurs players.
Yeah, just to reflect on events before that, he was in two minds momentarily, Kinski, wasn't he? Romero was trying to hold off Robbie in order to allow Kinski to come out, hence the nudges put in a little bit more context.
That's why they're in close proximity to each other. And Romero can't do anything to avoid the goalkeeper, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're going to have like 9-10 minutes of added time here, possibly.
West London, the focus of our attention when the 2 o'clock kickoffs are over. Manchester City looking to close the gap on Arsenal. They've arrived at Stamford Bridge.
Shaki is right there, the troll.
The international break.
Shaki the troll is right there.
Remember, coverage from Stamford Bridge when we have finished here.
4:30. Stay with me.
Well, on the plus side for Spurs, it looks like both protagonists will be able to continue, as you see the team news from Stamford Bridge at the bottom of your screen. Enzo Fernandez, of course, involved for Chelsea, still banished for his comments during the international window, but Estevao starts again. João Pedro, a player that Alberto De Zerbi knows well from Brighton, leading the line. That's the line-up for Manchester City. Well, Romero's tried his best to soldier on, but there's going to be a change at the back. Kevin Danso, the Austrian international, will be on. And he's desperately upset. That would suggest perhaps things are a little more serious than they appear.
Wow.
He knows what it means. Passionate.
He's crying,
feels that he can play his part in helping his team survive the dreaded drop. let's have it right. They shouldn't be anywhere near it with
emotions are high, man.
But they are.
You know, it could be crying not because of the injury. It could be crying just because, you know, at the minute everything is all over
today.
them.
The matchday squad, £560 million. The starting 11, £360 million. Well, a sad departure for the captain, Christian Romero.
It's crying, man. It's crying. Emotions are high.
It looked like it was a bang, didn't it? Like a dead leg type of an injury. So hopefully they...
I think he's going to go straight down to the tunnel, straight down to the dressing room. His frustration and everything was just all together.
Okay. Heavily bandaged, extreme Alice band. Roberto De Zerbi had his work cut out to change the direction of travel. He changed his statistic, typically desperate. 18 games they've conceded first this season, just 6 points salvaged. It's about 8 minutes, that pause, by the way, Don. Yeah. It's floated in by Gallagher. Colomwani is across there.
What you'd say, I was going to say, if you're Roberto De Zerbi, if you're Spurs, that's plenty of time to salvage this. Plenty of time. It's the good news.
You need more men in the box, that's what I'll say. Get the men in the box, get the ball across. First time, put the cross in, don't waste your time.
The focus. Just lost one of their leaders, their captain. Ian hanging from Podro, brought down very neatly by Tal. Away by Ring. Renildo. Xhaka. Diarra. Now the goal scorer, Mukiele.
Come on, the press.
Xhaka. We hoped that Buffet was on his way.
Really, takes a serious risk trying to nutmeg Sadiki there. It's away with it.
And so, a pretty solid performer, hadn't he, over the last few weeks, with the availability after injury and suspension and such like of both Van de Ven and Romero. He's always going to be the spare part. He's centre stage here and on the ball. He's found Tal. Spurs seeking a spark, not getting it. Xhaka. A little bit of afters with Tal and Ricky. Some pushing and shoving initially, then Tal grabbed at him.
Get involved as much as possible. Talented young player, well defended there.
Alorante looking for Robbie, might have got him behind here.
It's a good ball into a really good area. Problem for Brian Robbie is he had to try and hold off Danso and get the touch all at the same time.
Ring, no way beyond Tal. Here's Udogi. Zarpalina.
Has a head start against Solanke, and that's enough. Kolomwani. You by Siddiqui to Robbie. Robbie made it into the park here. Diarra just eased up of the way by Udogi. Kinski down bravely, considering what's just happened to him.
Absolutely brilliant defending by Udogi. It's goal saving, it's probably match saving, to be honest with you. Just to talk about the kind of nudges that we were discussing when Kinski and Romero, and there's one there, and it is legal, and it's brilliant from Destiny Udogi. Just enough.
Rick has had his neck taken by Rod Jones. That's it by Tao.
Oh!
Header by Solanke.
That's what they need to do. They need to cross the ball in.
Just really the one big chance that I can remember off the top of my head late in the first half.
Diarra. That was what Rick got booked for, just to clear that up for you. Here's Diarra. Alderete. Siddiqui. Now Lefebvre. Would have been out of play. Well, for understandable reasons, most of the narrative is about Tottenham Hotspur and their plight coming into this game, and most of it afterwards will be about another defeat if they fail to repair the damage from that deflected Mukiele effort. But Sunderland, if they can hold on to win here, it'll stop the rot. Their first win in 4 here, and of course they have a big say down at the bottom of the table with Nottingham Forest, the next side to come here in the Premier League.
They've got a big say at the top as well. Certainly the European places they've got left. They'd like to be in and amongst the conversation, I'm sure.
This result would take them into the top half of the table, 46 points within 2 points. 6th place Chelsea ahead of the later kick-off. So they are in the conversation. Called that one flash, didn't he, Pedro Porro? It's okay though.
Oh.
Diarra's got a bit of space to work with here. Robbie's on the move. He's gone not quite up to it.
He's gone the wrong way. Enzo Lefebvre, if he gets his head up, is free as a bird to the left. You have a 1v1.
Moani in by Porro. Luke Solanke was the only one in there. They left it down bravely.
He's just so good at that, isn't he? Uses that body, big frame of his fantastic well. But look at this. They break the lines, and then Robbie's movement is excellent. But look at the pass to the left to Lefebvre now. He would have been in with a goal-scoring chance.
Conor Gallagher. Wayward from Udogi. Selected by Brobby. Now Xhaka. Brobby. Diarra. Van der Ven across the final ball again.
Why didn't you just clear the ball? This guy, you can see why they're so free.
Look, they're getting themselves in some really good situations.
Wow.
They ended up with a shot at goal. It's a couple in the space of a couple of minutes for Sunderland. Love the cushion of a second goal. And the decoy long throw, short to Xhaka, back to Mukiele. Header up, Kensky punches. Diarra looks to send it back goalwards, that's on Bio 9. Spurs can't clear this.
Oh.
Gallagher's presented it straight to Siddiqui. Here's Mukiele. Sunderland knocking on the door. They've got a corner. And they know just in the corner it'll be a throw. Yeah, but listen to that. Excellent interplay from Sunderland. I would certainly enjoy it more when the ball's at that end of the pitch. By Siddiqui, will go near post. Trial Pellegrini, and then Porro on. School under pressure, finding Xhaka. He spots a very good run from midfield.
Shoot!
This is Rick. Some excellent defending. The big two at the back for Spurs. Put their bodies on the line. Danso and Van der Ven. So good all round. The run, the pass from Xhaka. On the defending from Mickey Van der Ven. Excellent. Shemsdeen, the Talbi. It's going to come on. Chris Rigg coming off. And Nolly Mukiele makes way, having made the difference. Yeah. Well, 10 minutes or so from a vital 3 points. Real positive Mukiele. Trey Humon for Mukiele, who's got a valuable 80 minutes under his belt as he recovers full match fitness after a spell on the sidelines. Held in by 09. Oh, Doggy almost got him Danso's way. Here's Gallagher, pressurised by Diarra. Still able to find Porro. Porro still surging forward. Back to Colomwani. And he goes to the penalty area. Referee very well positioned, Rob Jones to judge. He's always given one penalty to Spurs this afternoon, which he had to see overturned. But they will have a look at that. VAR hub, James Bowden's assistant, Nick Hopton. They'll very quickly turn it over. Even Colin Mawani wasn't appealing. Bounces straight back up. So did well. Robbie ready to spin away and spin in behind. Diarra. Hume. He's got it through to his fellow substitute, Talbi. Good movement from Robbie. And cross from Talbi. And then he found a yellow shirt and red and white stripe for Artie. Renildo and Colomwani. That's the challenge. This is where Spurs have looked at their most threatening, isn't it? On that counter-attack. Turn the ball over and spring forward. Has been an issue for Sunderland, particularly in the second half. It's allowed Spurs a platform to attack. Udogie off balance, off target. And the clock ticks on. Final Spurs change will be made. Conor Gallagher withdrawn to facilitate the introduction of Xavi Simons. Roberto De Zerbi certainly talked up Xavi Simons in his press conferences. Maybe a little bit surprising that he wasn't starting, but can he have an impact at the end here? Well, he's yet to score an away goal. His last appearance of note was in that ultimately fruitless second leg win against Atletico de Madrid at home. Palace after a good week in Europe, Matata after a good week in Europe, is on target against Newcastle. So 1-1 there.
1-1.
The first half goal cancelled out by Matata. He's back in the good books with the Crystal Palace fans. Sky Sports Action if you want to see the closing stages there. Pabsar. See there, since the Sunderland goal, just the one shot in response from Spurs, and actually Sunderland have played it pretty well. A large part of it has been played in that Spurs half. There's a reason that they've got such a good record when they do score the first goal of the game of not going on to lose it and converting those into wins. And they're well placed inside the last 5 minutes of normal time to do the same here. Well, it's unprecedented, isn't it? Their defensive record of Sunderland for a newly promoted team to be so good defensively. Very, very rare credit to him for that.
It's not working.
Already coming into this, they had more points than each of their last 5 full Premier League seasons, the most since they were 45 at this stage under Martin O'Neill in the 2011-2012 season. Contrast very directly their overachievement with the underachievement of their guests here. That's in by Trey Hugh. Sunderland are hoping for a penalty for a nudge on Brobby. I think they're going to get it. It will be looked at. I'm not sure what the referee's indicating here. He wasn't very clear in the first half, was he, when he pointed to the spot? See, the ball goes in. There's a coming together between Danso and Brian Brobby. See it here. Well, not enough. There's the assessment there. I agree. Yeah, very light contact is the verdict from James Bell, the VAR. I'm not sure Brian Brobby was going to get on the end of that either. Closing minutes across the 2 o'clock kickoffs. That's the lie of the land as we stand. We're going to have a fair chunk of added time because of the Romero-Kinski collision here. And so far, afternoon for Forest, the way things are going. Renildo felt there was that hand in there. Pabsar couldn't get the first challenge. Brobby's waiting in the middle, off the line by Udogie. It's come to Xhaka, who seeks Lefay. Toro can clear. That's where you want your wide player on the other side of the pitch to get in at the far post. He'd have had a tap in there, Talby. Had he been that instinctive goal scorer. You can make a case, Don, that we haven't seen an awful lot of new manager bouts. We certainly haven't seen a second half bounce since the substitutes were introduced. Spurs need something. They need something very soon. Staring down the barrel of yet another defeat off the heels of Brobby into the path of Talby. Yeah, look, I don't think there's been any lack of effort from Spurs. It's been fight and commitment.
Tell hangs it high. Reinildo sold the dummy to Kolo Muani. All his experience into play there, but at the other end, keep an eye on Talby at the bottom of your picture there, the number 7. He just hangs out, look. Hangs out. If he gets himself in there, may well have had a tap in, but it's brilliant, isn't it, between Diarra and Siddiqui. Still just the one goal in it. What a day of sport it is, what a weekend of sport it has been across the Sky Sports channels for you, and it's not over long into the night. This one will go, the Masters Day 4, so brilliantly poised. McIlroy and Young off last. The coverage starts on Sky Sports Golf from 4:30. You can follow it all the way should you choose. 11 added minutes. We are not done here, not by a long shot. Again, should be enough to give Spurs a boost, shouldn't it? There is still time, as I said, just a 1-goal cushion.
11 minute off added time here.
This team have really struggled to carve out clear openings, haven't they? Maybe the one at the end of the first half was the best. And you've made the long journey to the northeast this Sunday lunchtime, but it's looking like a familiar tale. 7 defeats in 8. Yes, they can conjure something in stoppage time. Well, they've got a free kick here, that challenge by Hume, and yellow card worthy. He's seen plenty of the ball, isn't he, Matisse Tell? Draws the challenge. Hume doesn't get the ball.
Good spot for free kick. Take advantage of this now, I suppose.
Laura's come across to take it. Everyone for Spurs, Barkinski the keeper, in and around the penalty area.
Oh, come on. What is he going to do with this one?
Hello, whips it in. Roofs tried to catch, but he spilled it. Does the goalkeeper get a bit lucky here? It's good delivery, swerving in. He does get lucky. I think he's definitely trying to catch that, isn't he? More frustration. Roberto De Zerbi. You quite often hear people ask the question, why didn't he just catch it? I think that's why. So Porro reloads from the corner. Very important glance on by Alderete. Danso, who brings a long throw to the party since his introduction to replace the stricken Romero. Danso, Xhaka underneath it. On by Talby. Simons. Now Doggy. Sa. Porro. Pursuit. Just having been booked away by 09. This is Porro now for Spurs. Building up a little bit of pressure. Danso can keep that in. Udogi. To Tell. Destiny Udogi. Away by 09. A little bit of fortune with the way it didn't fall to Solanke, it has to be said. Trapolina now. Milavani in there, free kick for Sunderland. Oh, you can feel the easing of the tension. Just a little spell there.
Full-time whistles are starting to blow. They've gone at the City ground. Big point for
there.
Vitor
Aston
Pereira
Villa
against Aston
versus
Villa. Nico Williams ensuring they came from behind after Murillo's own goal. And a penalty at Selhurst Park. Jean-Philippe Mateta, his second of the game. They've come from behind to beat Newcastle. Sunderland know all about that. Moments left in that game. See the conclusion on Sky Sports Action. More than a few moments left here. It's part of 6-7 minutes. Palinha. Solanke. Really been able to make the mark here. During successions away with England. Van der Ven. Saar. Danso. That's the strength of Bobby. Pops it off to the third. Sunderland could be away again here, but the pass to Talby is not exactly what the doctor ordered. No, it's nervous, isn't it? Siemens. Porro. Porro! Not a million miles away, and I think Roof's got a touch on that. Oh, certainly the referee thinks that Robin Roofs has got a touch on this. This is thundered. That goal, brilliant from Porro. Give and go. First time strike. It's always just rising. Just helps Robin Roofs help it on its way. Siemens. Back to not quite as close with that follow-up. Much to the delight of the majority of the Stadium of Light. It's a shot. It's not a very good one, and it's going to eat up plenty more of this clock. There's Wilson Isidore. Come on and replace Brian Brobby, who's put in another fine shift up top for England. As you said, Don, it's about the goals. Of course it is when you're a striker, but with him it's about so much more. Absolutely. Again, another exceptional performance from him. None better at holding the ball up in the Premier League. Seven defeats in 8 Premier League games, 14 games without a win. That's what those Tottenham Hotspur fans are coming to grips with. Diarra. Tell. It's the job now of someone keep Spurs down at that end of the pitch. Newcastle's problems on the road continue, and Crystal Palace have had a really good week. Big win against Fiorentina in the Conference League, and a big win at home against Newcastle United. Jean-Philippe Mateta featuring prominently in both. 2-1 the final score there. 1-1 just to remind you, it finished at the City ground. 1-0 to Sunderland here in the closing stages. That's, from a Spurs point of view, the rather depressing picture at the bottom of the table. Unchanged in the bottom three. And they have been, for the first time this season, since Friday. And for the first time since 1977, at this late stage of the season, they are in the relegation zone. And they're going to have to get used to it. They'll be there until next week, when they welcome Roberto De Zerbi's former club Brighton. Confirmation of the 2 full times there. Remember, Chelsea against Manchester City to come when we're finished here. In the 100th minute, we're now not too far away from Rob Jones's full-time whistle. Well, this scenario would have been unthinkable when they were lifting that Europa League trophy at the end of last season. They'd almost sacrificed Premier League points to get that elusive trophy. I don't think anybody could have ever imagined, anybody connected or not connected with Spurs, that they'd find themselves in this position so late in the season. Not too late to get themselves out of it, but Alderetti's head will frustrate for now. The Fair's touch not particularly helpful for Sunderland. That's in by Colin Boani. Tell goes to ground. This is Udogi. Now Sarr. Last minute of the signalled 11. It's now or never for Spurs to come away from the Stadium of Light with anything. In by Porro. No way to it for Solanke.
When you finish,
Trying to get to it as fouled Alderete. And some feel that they have
Slow down.
Relief for the crowd. Painful one for him. There has been a lack of creativity, really. They have created too much this afternoon, and that is going to have to change if they're going to survive. The final throw of the managerial dice to bring in Roberto De Zerbi, I'm sure will have an effect, but today it hasn't changed the fortunes. It's another defeat. The 17th Premier League defeat of the season that they have had to endure. And now a week in the bottom 3 of the Premier League.
No, I need that. Sorry.
14 games without a win. 2026. See them take 1 point from the last possible 24. Relegation form, and they're in the relegation zone with 6 games.